A fraudster who stole wrapped Bitcoin worth $71 million contacted the victim, requested his Telegram account, and returned more than 51 ETH, $151,600. Please leave your Telegram, and I will contact you, the fraudster wrote twice, and blockchain investigator Zach XBT was the first to track this correspondence. Interestingly, 51 ETH represents 4.2% of the requested funds. In fact, the victim approached the hacker from the start, threatening him with capture. After this, there will be no going back. We both know that it is impossible to launder these funds. You will be tracked down. However, we preserve your right to 10%. Send back 90%. You have 24 hours until 10 o'clock Universal Time Coordinated on May 6, 2024, to make a decision that will change your life anyway. The attack took place on May 3, during which the perpetrator sent the victim numerous blockchain-based transactions, hoping that in the confusion, the user would copy the fraudster's address instead of their own. A Bored Ape owner lost 3 rare NFTs due to a phishing attack. According to crypto investigator Zach XBT, a Bored Ape owner lost 3 rare NFTs due to a phishing attack. Another blockchain researcher, Etherscan, also confirmed this. The NFTs in question are from the Bored Ape Yacht Club collection, BOIC number 7531, BOIC number 6736, and BOIC number 2100. According to the NFT marketplace OpenSea, they are valued at 21 ETH, $62,960, 15 ETH, $47,500, and 18 ETH, $54,000, respectively. Despite the high value of the 3 stolen Bored Ape NFTs, the minimum prices for the collection have significantly decreased over the past few months. Details on how the phishing attack was carried out to steal the NFTs are not yet known. However, this method of stealing digital assets is popular among criminals. In 2023, more than 324,000 users were affected by phishing attacks, with assets worth approximately $300 million stolen. In the crypto space, phishing fraudsters often compromise a project's website or social media account to drive traffic to a malicious site, distribute fraudulent token airdrops, or post comments with malicious links on social networks. The monthly trading volume of cryptocurrencies fell for the first time since September 2023. The monthly trading volume of cryptocurrencies in April fell for the first time since September 2023. According to CC data, the combined volume of spot and derivatives trades for the past month fell by 43.8% to $6.58 trillion, reports CoinDesk. For 7 consecutive months, the indicator had shown positive dynamics, but geopolitical tension and a slowdown in inflows into spot Bitcoin ETFs put pressure on the digital asset market in April this year. Meanwhile, in March, the maximum trading volume was activated at $9.12 trillion. Derivatives lost popularity among investors, as activity in the futures and options market fell by 47.6% to $4.57 trillion. Meanwhile, the volume of the spot market decreased by 32.6% to $2.01 trillion. Bitcoin fell nearly 15% below $60,000 in April, ending a 7-month growth streak. The correction of the leading cryptocurrency was also caused by tension in the Middle East and a decreased likelihood of a relaxation of the monetary policy by the Federal Reserve System, FRS, of the USA. The Notcoin team announced the listing date on Bybit and OKX. On May 16 at 12 o'clock Universal Time Coordinated, the cryptocurrency exchange Bybit will begin spot trading of the NOT token of the Web3 gaming project Notcoin. The exchange OKX also announced the upcoming listing of NOT. In addition, OKX announced the addition of the coin to the launchpad of the Jumpstart marketplace. From May 13 to May 16, users will be able to earn NOT by staking Toncoin, TON. To participate, it is necessary to register on OKX, complete verification, and deposit TON for staking. The maximum placement amount is 4,000 TON per account. The distribution of NOT tokens at the end of farming will begin at 8 o'clock Universal Time Coordinated on May 16. Congresswoman Ann Wagner introduces bills for SEC rulemaking reform. Congresswoman Ann Wagner introduces 3 bills for the reform of the Securities and Exchange Commission's rulemaking process aimed at increasing transparency and accountability. Ann Wagner, chair of the Subcommittee on Capital Markets and Financial Services, presented 3 bills that reform the rulemaking process. Wagner noted that these bills would address some long-term issues related to SEC practices, making the processes transparent and efficient. Wagner proposed the Securities and Exchange Commission Accountability Regulation Act, H.R. 8239, to ensure that the SEC properly assesses the consequences of its rules. Thus, the bill requires the SEC to conduct a thorough analysis of issues before introducing new rules, taking into account their costs, benefits, and possible alternatives. The SEC Transparency Act, H.R. 8241, requires the SEC chairman to testify before the House Financial Services Committee and the Senate Banking Committee twice a year, including at least once before the full commission. The third bill, H.R. 8240, the SEC's Cybersecurity Act, requires the SEC to thoroughly analyze its information technology infrastructure and data management processes and share its findings with Congress. Announcing these reforms, Wagner criticized the current SEC regulatory approach under the Biden administration, calling it a top-down, my way or the highway approach, which burdens retail investors. She believes that the new legislation will increase SEC accountability and the efficiency of rulemaking. During hearings in the House Financial Services Subcommittee on SEC enforcement, lawmakers diverged in their opinions on how the Commission handles the debt obligations of a crypto startup. Wagner questioned the SEC's behavior in this matter, citing criticism by a Utah judge of the agency's actions and its improper filing of a lawsuit. Ethereum price may have another chance for a bullish streak. The price of Ethereum is correcting profits from resistance at $3,220. ETH may start a new rise if it overcomes resistance levels at $3,055 and $3,080. The price of Ethereum faced resistance at the level of $3,220 and began to correct downwards, similar to Bitcoin. ETH dropped below the $3,120 and $3,080 levels. It even tested support at $3,000. A low was formed at the level of $3,005, and now the price is consolidating losses. Ethereum trades below $3,100 and the 100-hour simple moving average. The nearest resistance is near the level of $3,050 for the 23.6% Fibonacci correction level after the recent drop from a high of $3,217 to a low of $3,005. On the hourly chart of ETH/USD, a key bearish trendline is also forming with resistance at the level of $3,055. The first serious resistance is near the level of $3,080 or the 100-hour simple moving average. The next key resistance is at the level of $3,120 or 61.8% Fibonacci correction after the recent drop from a high of $3,217 to a low of $3,005, above which the price may gain momentum and rise to the level of $3,200. If a clear move above the $3,200 level occurs, the price may rise and test the resistance at $3,350. Further growth may send Ether to the resistance zone at $3,500. If Ethereum cannot overcome the resistance at $3,055, it may begin a new decline. Initial support on the downside is near the $3,000 level. The first major support is near the $2,950 zone. The next support is near the level of $2,920. A clear move below the $2,920 support may push the price to $2,840. Any further losses could bring the price to the $2,720 level in the near term. Cryptocurrency imports in Brazil break records and begin to impact the trade balance. Purchases at foreign cryptocurrency exchanges, which are considered imports, have broken records in Brazil, impacting the country's trade balance. Over the last 12 months, the volume of cryptocurrency purchases reached $14.84 billion after $12.3 billion last year. Similarly, cryptocurrency imports reached $4.69 billion in the first quarter of 2024, increasing by 118% compared to the figures registered in the first quarter of 2023. Cryptocurrency purchases, classified as imports in Brazil, have broken previous records and are beginning to play a significant role in the country's trade balance. Data published by the central bank indicate that cryptocurrency purchases grew to $1.751 billion in March, increasing the figures corresponding to the first quarter of 2024 to $4.69 billion. This is 118% more than the $2.15 billion registered in the first quarter of 2023, meaning that purchases for this period more than doubled, possibly due to the rise in the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Over the last 12 months up to March, the volume of cryptocurrency purchases reached $14.84 billion, significantly more compared to $12.3 billion reported for the same period last year. Due to this significant growth, cryptocurrency purchases are now in the spotlight of economists due to their weight in Brazil's deficit in this area. Sergio Goldenstein, chief strategist at Warren Investimentos, told Valor Económico about the significance of these figures for the cryptocurrency trade balance. He stated, "This amount of cryptocurrency import is not insignificant. On the contrary, it is a very significant figure that already lies in the balance. However, this trend is unlikely to change, given that the conditions for mining cryptocurrencies in the country are unfavorable. Current energy prices average $0.14 per kilowatt-hour, which is a relatively high fee that makes it difficult for cryptocurrency mining companies to establish themselves in the country and start their activities." Livio Ribeiro, a partner at BRCG Consultoria, forecasts a negative balance of the cryptocurrency trade balance of $18 billion by this year. Recently, Citi reported that Brazil is leading initiatives in the field of digital money in LATAM.